Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. I'm so glad to be back for those of you guys returning. I missed you guys so much. I'll probably cry. I have cried because I missed you, and I do enjoy doing your readings. I'm so glad to be here. Those of you guys new to this channel, I hope these readings resonate for you guys. This reading is taking a look at the person on your mind, and we're going to look at where are they at? You know, overall, where are they at currently at this point in time when you watch this reading? And only 3 piles because I do feel there might be a lot pulling through, and I wanted to do 4, but it's yeah, the way I read, that would probably go on very long. So if we feel we need more piles, I will certainly look at doing the same reading tomorrow. If not, then we might take a look at what you can do in this current state with this person in order to help alleviate from any sort of suffering, or what you can do to sort of assist yourself in this situation with this person. Okay, so it's kind of a 2-part reading, and it's essentially trying to help you to alleviate you from any suffering or any discomfort or anything that is going on in this connection that you're not sure how to navigate through. Okay, so beautiful people, you guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. As usual, sometimes we get mixed energies in a pile. It could be you and your person. You might have to switch the 2 around. And what might pull through is advice in the pile, what you are needing to do in order to navigate through the situation with this person as well. Okay, but my intention is to pull this person's current state, where they're at in the connection between you and them, and see what sort of pulls through. Okay, so 3 options, beautiful people. Option number 1, we have the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Option number 2, the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Option number 3, the Light Seer's Tarot. So sit with this energy. You could be tapped into present, past, or future energies in the same connection in any of these piles. Okay, so do not limit yourself and do not make anything fit. Okay, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, you guys picked the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get into your reading. If you skipped the intro, I want to take a look at the person on your mind and their current state. Where are they at in this connection? Right here, right now, timeless reading. We could be tapping into passing, present, or future energies, though, depending how this comes out. Okay, so don't force anything to fit, but it should resonate with your connection. And sometimes we get crisscrossing of energies, meaning this will sound predominantly like you rather than your person. Your person could be in a different pile, and we might get a lot of advice or guidance here, because my intention is always to provide healing so that it can relieve you from any suffering in this connection with this person or whatever it is you're experiencing. Okay, so tomorrow's reading, we will be taking a look at what you can do to sort of allow things to flow a bit better, or alleviate you from any sort of suffering in this connection between you and this person. Or we might do another few piles depending on how this goes. Okay, so let's take a deep dive into this person. You guys who want to tap into your intuition, sit throughout this card layout, or you can click straight away to the main reading if you want to get into that. Then I will put the timestamp, but in order for you to know whether this is your pile, you might want to sit through this card layout so we can look at what we have. All right. Okay, Twin Flame, spiritual alignment, effortless, karmic. So I do not look at these. These are pre-shuffled oracle cards. Okay, and I asked Spirit exactly what it is that I just communicated. So that is very interesting. We have Pine Hawk Moth. Wow, this one came out not too long ago, and what's interesting is that I'll show you guys. These are the cards that I use. Like, look how many there are. And this one came out one of your readings not too long ago. And I think somebody made a comment about this. So this could certainly be your sign that this is your pile. Okay, so it says the Pine Hawk Moth. It weighs 2.9 grams. Its length is 7.5 centimeters, which is 2.95 inches long. It lives a quarter of a year, 3 months. That could be significant. Gestation or hatching, 13 days. This moth has smooth gray to brown wings. each with 3 small black markings. During the day, it keeps still, relying on its discreet attire to avoid being seen. At night, it goes hunting, spawning its prey with its big eyes. The moth's larva is also hard to detect. It looks like the pine needles it feeds on. All right. So we have this intuition oracle card. Let's take a look at that before we read the back side. If there's anything that stands out. Looks like a maiden with butterfly wings, and looks like a swift. Some flowers. Not sure what sort of flowers those are. It says the homebody, number 40, affirmation. I enjoy the secure base I have made for myself and my loved ones. Oh yeah, there's a house back here too. Okay, let's keep it like this for now. I might flip it around depending how the channeling goes. So we have number 13, the ruler. Scorpio energy pulling through with the number 13. She has a dagger pointing downwards. Lots of jewelry on her as well. It says, the ruler. Sometimes you must create and defend boundaries to protect yourself from the invasive or other inappropriate behavior of others. 13 or the number 4, and 4 is stability. We saw the house back here, which is all about stability. The 4th house is all about home, family, roots, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, femininity. Let's keep that like this. And we have vinegar, number 34, or the number 7. All right. We have number 35 in succession here, although from a different pack, the ocean. So ocean could definitely symbolize emotions. Feminine energy pulling through. And we have connect. All these eyes, 2 people connecting at the heart. And we have alligator. Alligator is usually submersed in under the water. Could be quite defensive, which we were picking up from the ruler here. Okie dokie. And we have Sun and Neptune, number 9. Now, I always like reading these because it's very short and it helps put things into context. Give me a second. All right. So, 9, Sun and Neptune. It says, in its primitive state, you are a maniac drowning in compulsions and illusions, ready to compel, mesmerize, manipulate, and be worshipped. In its adaptive state, you are a mystic and a dreamer who inspires and supports others to access their mystical, dreamy selves. An evolving state, you are committed to selflessness, inspired by knowing you are one with everything and that everyone around you possesses a sense of spiritual transmission and wonder. All right. Okie dokie. I'm going to keep this on top here. Let's move this out of the way. All right. We have Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. We were picking that up with the home and the 4th house. Number 6 is Lovers, which is all about a decision, going down our destined path, choosing our destined partner potentially. Beaver is giving me a lot of earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and then of course Gemini pulling through with the Lovers. Okay. And we have 49 with Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Number 13 again, pulling through, which we had with the ruler. This rabbit has bunnies. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Okay, so we have divine timing pulling through. And we have the owl. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so more Gemini energy. Owl is all about wisdom. But we must understand or have an experience before we have the wisdom. And we have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party, and interference. Well, we were kind of getting this energy with this Sun and Neptune when it's in its primitive state. Okay. And we have 3-3 with soulmate, clearing core wounds. Wow. So definitely soul connection here. We did have twin flame. Although soulmates and twin flames are different types of connections, but we have karmic as well. So we know definitely this is a karmic soul connection coming from one heart space here. Okay. No, this isn't literal one heart space, but twin flames do share one soul energy. Okay. And so we're seeing one heart here. So we might be superseding anything that of a soulmate and more leaning towards a twin flame in this pile. Those who need confirmation. So Queen, light attributes, radiates a regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Shadow attributes, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Okay. We have Seeker, light attributes, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attributes, inability to commit to a path once found. Where should I put this? Let's put it right here. Houses. We have the 11th house. So 11th house is all about groups, friends, social awareness. It's also humanitarianism. It's a house of technology, hopes and wishes for the future. So it says, for humanity's sake, your hopes and wishes, do it for the future. Yes. So then we see all these hands sort of connected in this wheel. So it's giving me sort of wheel of fortune, maybe like one thing impacts another thing, impacts another thing. Like very much butterfly effect. Yes, and the Wheel of Fortune does talk about divine timing and things that are fated. Okay, and then we have number 2, worthy heart. You are enough with this golden heart. Okay. Clearing core wounds. That would be definitely a wound where we don't feel worthy enough. And we have triangle, crowded relationship and choices. So we were getting third party from this. Okay. This one's coming through very clear, and I'm going to pull some tarot. I do feel there's advice also pulling through, and if you skip the intro, my intention is always to provide healing advice, not necessarily just for us to talk about someone else and where they're at, for you to just be stuck in some sort of loop. Okay, especially if you're in a karmic situation or a situation here that's spirit divinely trying to pull you towards healing something. Okay, so if we are dealing with a soulmate or a twin flame, we might not understand what sort of person we're dealing with, and we could become very lost, okay, and very focused on the other person. And so we might need to identify how this person is reflecting back to us so that we know what it is we're supposed to be sort of learning or doing in order to alleviate any sort of karmas, okay, or allow us to move forward. So if we're stuck in some sort of spiral or situation that we've been stuck in for some time, we need to understand that this person's providing a mirror to us, okay? So there could be a lot of reflecting going on here, and we might just be putting it all on that person as doing or saying or behaving in a certain way, but it's reflecting back to us a certain way that we are being and doing and behaving that might be keeping us stuck. But when our energy is focused external and it remains there, and we're trying to outwardly seek for a fix, we might be looking in the wrong area. Okay, so we need to look at the mirror reflection back, and we're going to look back, and or inside. Okay, we're looking in the mirror, we're looking inside, and we're going to see how does this apply to you. Okay, because this most likely applies to you. So right now, this isn't a standard relationship connection, okay? This reading that I'm going to do. So if this is just another situation you're in, not your pile, okay? This is definitely a painful connection I'm looking at here. So let me get into this before I go too deep into that whole thing, tributary. and start to channel what it is that's coming through here with where this person is at. Mm-hmm. Okay. Beautiful pile number one. This has a lot of positive in it, okay, although I feel it's been very hurtful, and there's a lot of strong energy here of challenge when things start up or when things are not working very well with this person. And so over time, this connection does get better, but it solely relies on how you engage with this person. So there is a lot of advice pulling through here for you. So maybe I won't do an advice reading tomorrow, depending on how these readings come out. What's showing here is that you and this person are definitely tied in some sort of twin flame, karmic, or again, everything's karmic, okay, because karma is always in play. Okay, karma is always in play because that's how energy works. But in a twin flame type situation, now I don't like labels, okay, but we're just using this as a sort of a signpost for you to understand what sort of connection this is. This is a connection where there's two people very tied, okay, and when energy is intermingled in this way, it is mirrored back in order for each person, each partner to understand and uncover a certain part within themselves. In this case, there's a lot of core wounds around having a worthy heart, and this is reflected on both you and this person. Okay, a worthy heart that knows it's worthy of having love and being able to give and receive love without having to chase, without having to attain, without having to do anything except for release any core wounds and any beliefs that aren't helpful. Okay, so that's your part, which we can get into later, but I'm sure you'll hear about this person. Okay, but take this into context because this is going to come back with how I'm reading it with you. This person is very defensive, or has been for a long time. Slowly they will get better. Okay, so if you're at the beginning stage with this person, it will over time get better. It's up to you whether you want to deal with this person or not. Okay, I'm not saying stay with this person in a difficult state forever until they get better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for those of you guys who feel very hurt and stuck with this person because you can't move forward, this person is very difficult, and so you can't leave and you can't sort of stay. So what do you do, right? Like with somebody here who's defensive and won't let you in. So what you need to do will be to understand how it impacts you and look at your own core wounds. Okay, now this person's core wounds, where they're at, could be anywhere on this scale. Okay, the scale could be right at the beginning for some of you guys with very defensive, pushing people out. Okay, they're pushing people out because they don't feel worthy of love, although they wouldn't say this to you. Okay, but this is how it's manifesting outward. So in their subconscious, there is a need for them to experience an unconditional type love so that they know that they're worthy. Okay, and how they would do this is for them to witness unconditional love being shown to them, because our mind has to have buy-in in order for there to be a belief to hang on to. Okay, but if we know that the mind sometimes, or a lot of times, is driven by illusion, because it's a bunch of thoughts that come through our mind based on, you know, our experiences and our upbringing and our conditioning and all that stuff. So we believe these thoughts to have a lot of weight. Okay, thoughts carry a lot of weight. So if we were treated poorly or ignored or had experiences of broken heart or just poor experiences in love, then we tend to believe that we're unworthy inside. And then we start to make up stories as to why we don't want love or why we don't need it. So if you ask this person, they don't see this manifesting. Okay, and so now mirrored back to you, it's coming through that we don't see that we don't know we're worthy of love. So in our heart, we're wanting to give love. Okay, we're wanting to give love, and we say, well, I am healed, or I am doing something noble because I want to give love to someone who is hurt or wounded. Although you're trying to externally do something with this person in order to attain them to love you back. Okay, I will do this, that, or whatever else you need to do based on what you feel you need. Okay, but that is also coming from a thought pattern that's not true, that I'm incomplete without this person, that I am rejected, this person doesn't love me, or I need to attain someone else in a certain way in order for me to feel whole, in order for my heart to feel good. Okay, so the more this person rejects and acts in this way, the more I feel disconnected from this person and the more I want to attain something. Okay, so back to where this person's at. Sorry how I'm jumping, but this is how it's coming through. This person is most likely in a third-party connection. Okay, it'd be something you know about. Okay, now if they're not with another person, then there is this massive energy that's getting in between you guys, which is this thinking they're unworthy. So they might be completely removed with this homebody. I don't want anyone in. I don't need a relationship. Okay, they've been stung in the past with this vinegar. It hurt them. And so now anything that looks like a relationship to this person is something they're going to push away, that they don't want to get close. They can't get close. Okay, and for some of you guys, this person might come through as this seduction type of energy. Okay, which is they show interest, but they're not allowing themselves to connect on a deeper level. And so the connection they're with right now, if they're in a third party, is one that isn't fulfilling. Okay, and they're using it to create a lot of pain in the connection with you and this person, because you and this person share a karmic twin flame connection. And this other person is fulfilling some sort of role here with this person. Okay, so this person doesn't like to be seen for who they are deep down. Okay, so they might come around because they don't want you to obviously navigate away from them. Okay, but they also don't want to be seen. So this is like a difficult time for this person to want you to, you know, like get involved with them, but then at the same time not be able to give you anything here that you're needing. So this person is having to do a lot of shadow work. I think this person has a lot of triggering caused by their emotions. And I feel like this person, depending again on the scale where you're at, okay, is going to be laying a solid foundation for this connection based on how you engage with this person. And I feel like a lot of you guys are in this state of the shadow attribute of the queen. Okay, so what the shadow attribute of this queen that's pulling through is somebody who is in a sort of conditional type love. Okay, so this is an energy that we have been conditioned to believe over time, that a connection needs to provide me with this, that, and the other in order for it to be something that makes sense to me, because that's what my mind is telling me. And this connection does not involve mind at all. Okay, it does not involve what we experienced in the past at all. That has to be left aside. Now, discernment is a good thing and the mind is a good thing. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying in this connection, the mind is getting in the way, or experience is getting in the way, because what it's doing is bringing out these core wounds. And so the core wounds of this queen is I need to attain this person so it can make me feel worthy inside. Okay, and this, that, and the other needs to happen with this person in order for me to feel I'm making progress here. But what Spirit's showing here is that in order to lay the foundation, this queen must come from a place of unconditional love. Okay, she needs to use her love for this person in a way that allows this person to experience this connection in a way that says, I support you and your behaviors here. Okay, this pulling away, this bitterness you have, this inability for you to really connect to people on a deep level because of your wounding and your fear, but I am here. Okay, and even though maybe you're in a third-party connection, I don't have to engage with you physically, sexually, but I support you enough to understand that you're struggling here to connect on a one-on-one deeply, so you fulfill yourself with connections that might not be the greatest or the best for you. Okay, so if this person is in this, then giving them an ultimatum is saying, I care about me first and you fulfilling me and my need before I care about you having to deal with your own core wound and seeing that you're fulfilling yourself in a way that isn't fulfilling. But I'm your friend first and foremost, and I see you and I see your wound, and because I say I love you, I show you in action by supporting you, by seeing your wound and not judging you and not giving you ultimatums, because ultimatums essentially just reveal this core wound even more. And this person pushes back even more, because if you love this person, there's no need to tell them to do anything for you. You just love them. Okay? Love is your only thing here you're supposed to do, especially if you claim to love this person. Now, how some of you guys will know that this is your person, this person is into humanitarian type stuff. Okay? Very much so is pulling through here. That's for like a large portion of you guys pulling through, but if it's not, then don't force that to fit. Okay. I do feel this person has a very deep heart, and I feel like this person wants to connect here deeply with you. Okay. So where they're at right now, I feel like they might have been in a worse off state with you. Okay. For a lot of you guys, but for some of you guys, you're coming here very early on this stage, and this person might still be very protective. Okay. And then for a lot of you guys, you'll see this alligator come out, which is when you get too close for comfort, this person comes out very defensively and ruins the connection, sabotages it, says something, pulls away, goes to the third party, does something here. And just when you thought this person was open, when they go back and they do this sort of cyclical thing with you, which ruins the relationship or ruins your trust. Okay, and so then you're focused on this person's sort of behaviors and their cyclical ways. And then you might beat yourself up or say, why did I trust them? Or why is this person doing this, that, or the other? Rather than saying, I'm going to focus on how I'm showing up in this connection for this person. And my only thing here is to love unconditionally. That's my only job. And if I feel rejection and hurt, then I know there's some belief, core belief, some wound in me through experience that makes me feel like I'm lacking, makes me feel rejected, makes me feel like I'm not whole and complete. Because if we've understood this lesson, we're whole and complete, we don't feel lack at all. We know the universe is abundant and is providing us with everything we need at all times. Okay, when we feel rejected or we don't feel complete or unloved, then we know that there's an experience, a mind belief, and a wound that we're still nurturing, that we're carrying, that thought. And when we carry that thought, we start to feed it with our emotions, and that's when we start feeling bad. Okay, so I feel like this person could be somebody who has found what they were looking for and wanted in you, and feels they're not worthy enough of this connection. And that's where they're at right now. And so I feel like this person might seem very disinterested and like you're not full for them or enough for them. Okay, you might feel this way. But I feel like this is them sabotaging this connection. And they're being asked to go in their subconscious to look at this core wound. And because, again, this mirrored soul connection really is all about how you respond and react with this person. Okay, so I feel like right now, the majority of you guys are still not going inwards. I see two people looking outwards. Okay, so this is perpetuating the same sort of insanity, same pain, keeping the illusion alive. I'm incomplete, I'm not worthy. This person, is too good for me from your person's perspective. And from your perspective, it would be this person's going to attain, or I'm going to attain this person or fulfill a part of me with this person that needs fulfilling, that I don't have already. Okay, a part of me that's going to feel whole once I have this person, or feel love once something is sort of done with this person. Okay, but it's untrue, because anytime we try to attain or seek outwards from ourselves, we always end up having an experience that falls flat and short. So this is one experience of unconditional love. And when we do this, we open the heart space. Okay, so the heart space needs to be open from a place of non-wounding, because we're loving from the mind. Okay, loving from fear, trying to attain, trying to fulfill some sort of thought, rather than loving from the heart, which doesn't seek nothing. The heart only knows expansion, giving love, being open to give and being open to receive. It doesn't need to chase, force, coerce. Okay, and what we resist persists, which is what this person's doing. Okay, and what we sort of fight, we strengthen, which is sort of what you're doing. And so we're stuck in this perpetual cyclical thing here. Okay, and it's very strong. So you guys are kind of stuck together, but I feel like there's a lot of intuition going on both sides here, that we might need to really, really tap into in order for us to see what's really going on in the heart. Okay, but when our mind is loud, the intuition sort of gets drowned out. Okay, and when we're in the mind, we might confuse our feelings with the heart. So we might say, well, I love this person, or I feel this certain way, and you do. It's intense. Okay, but it's not coming from heart, it's coming from the mind, the fear, the wound that's driving this action, this feeling in you. Okay, so the feeling is true. We're not going to resist our feelings because I feel you love this person. I feel this person loves you. Okay, so we don't resist it, but the mind is telling us that an untruth on both sides. Okay, and under the untruth is really the wound of feeling unworthy. Okay, so if I feel like I love this person, but I feel incomplete without them, then I feel like I'm unworthy on my own. Okay, like I'm unworthy of just being myself and having love and feeling okay. Okay, because I don't feel okay when I'm not with this person. So clearly we have an untruth here. We shouldn't feel lack. We shouldn't feel rejection. We should feel whole, but we can't lie about it. Why do we feel hurt? Why do we feel rejected? Why do we feel incomplete? There's some thought pattern we're keeping alive, and we got to keep looking and keep qualifying this thought. It is untrue, because if we keep this thought alive and we attain this person for however long, we haven't healed anything. We're just fulfilling some sort of egoic thought. So we just jump around from person to person. Okay, and I'm not saying you are doing this. I'm saying this is what this karmic thing is about. That unless we heal this, we would just go on from person to person, not knowing about unconditional love, going from one relationship to the other, because another person will never fulfill you, will never make you feel whole, no matter what you think. Eventually, you'll realize that this person is just another person just like you. And so you need to learn about being whole and complete for the sake of healing this wound, because that's your karmic lesson. And once you learn this, and I know it's kind of an oxymoron, because once you're not needing this person so much, now this person has seen and observed and experienced some unconditional love from you and is open and available to be pulled to you. But until then, they're hurt. Okay, but this is how we lay the solid foundation. So there could be a difficult sort of startup with this, right? Because the mind is going to want to keep pulling us back to the unpure thought. And the unpure thought is that this person is needed in order for you to feel whole and complete, because it's really heavily charged with your emotion. And so if you're feeling any sort of way that's contracting, if it's sadness, if it's feeling a heaviness of being apart from this person, rejection, anger, jealousy, let down, fear, all of that stuff is not from the heart. That is all from the mind, from the ego thought, from the past experience. And all of that is an illusion. The only truth here is that you are a whole and complete being of consciousness, okay, that is already whole and complete without this person. And until you learn this and feel this in your heart, this is something that's going to be quite difficult to work through. Okay, but it doesn't have to be difficult once we keep just tying back to this is an illusion. The thought is an illusion, and it's an unpure thought that's perpetuating suffering in my life, is perpetuating an untruth that I'm keeping alive because of my core wound. Okay, so you're healing generational trauma, okay, ancestral wounds from who knows how long. And so this is why it's as painful potentially as it is. Okay, but you do have a beautiful, whole and complete heart here. And so we just have to get rid of these wounds and these beliefs by transmuting all of this sort of not very good energy. Now, there isn't such thing as good and bad, but it doesn't feel very good when our thought starts to deviate from the truth. When I start to feel like not enough, the universe says, no, you are enough. And so your feelings are really dictating. Okay, so this is why we have our feelings there. It's a navigation system. It tells you when you're off track, when you're telling yourself stories and untruths, then you start to feel bad. Okay, and Spirit says, no, great truth is that you're always supposed to feel love, because you are love. God is love, and that's what you are. So you can't be anything other than love unless you're not giving love and seeing the love within you. So you must see and feel this love within you at all times for you to feel the love. Okay, so we don't feel the love because we're not giving the love. Okay, even though you might feel you're giving the love, you're not giving from the heart space, you're giving from the mind. I want to attain. I am not happy when this person is in some sort of state here. Rather than I can love this person, let them be how they be, understand they have core wounds, not to get triggered when they start acting out, because it has nothing to do with me. I am a pure heart. Their defensiveness, their traumas, their triggers, nothing to do with you. Okay, it can hurt you for sure if you are in the mind. Okay, now this is very common, so don't beat yourself up that you are experiencing this sort of reaction, but this is the lesson. Okay, this is a spiritual connection. It's all about ascension, because once you start to ascend, you know that anyone's behavior has no bearing and no impact on your beautiful heart. Nothing at all. No one can say or do anything that's going to taint your beautiful consciousness here. Okay, so future looks really good in this connection. Okay, I do see you guys overcoming this, but I feel like it's going to take a bit to get here, you know, a bit to get here, and that's okay. And so we can't beat ourselves up and start to deny how we feel, but we must really look at how we're feeling and how much of it is based on a conditioned belief system that's not true. How much of this connection is triggering because of something we're still hanging on to that is untrue. That's where you're supposed to look at. And the minute we start to look at this truth, okay, or look at, I guess, at releasing the illusion, the truth will slowly start to come out. There's nothing you need to do for the truth to reveal itself. We just have to shine the light on the illusion, shine the light on the untruth, shine the light on the thought that you are not whole and complete, that you're lacking love, or that this person is, you know, something that you're needing to attain in some sort of way in order for you to feel a certain way. Okay, and then we start to lay this foundation that we can in this connection that is solid, because one learns about receiving unconditional love, and one learns about knowing that they're unconditional love, and so they can give it. Okay, they can trust and surrender to the divine. I know I am unconditional love, therefore I can give unconditional love. And so one person is blocked here, okay, and this person will mirror back to you whatever sort of energy you're giving, just like a magnet. So the more you chase this person out of fear-based love, this person runs or defends or gets in this sort of self-sabotage mode. Okay, so that was a lot. Let's take a look at your tarot. I don't know that I'm going to give advice tomorrow if all the piles are coming out this way, because it seems like it's advice and where your person is at. This pile, you know, currently where the person's at is kind of a sliding scale, like I said, because I feel some of you guys, this person could still be hella defensive, you know, and you could still be in mega trigger mode still, you know, like trying to chase this person energetically. Like, no, I haven't called them, I blocked them, and all of that stuff. That's chasing energetically, you know, and resisting is chasing, because what you resist persists. So the more you sort of energetically try to move on or detach or whatever, you're resisting what the universe wants you to do. It's going to get worse. This is why we obsess over people and get stuck. Okay, so the universe wants you to look at this, but differently, not from the same place you've been looking at. This is what we're healing, generational karmas. So let's take a look at this connection and see what sort of information Spirit's wanting to provide here for beautiful pile one. Spirit, thank you so much for this message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile one. What more is pile one needing to know about this person currently, where they're at in this connection? Anything else you want to deliver? Thank you so much. Four of Cups. Yeah, you're being rejected by this person and you feel rejected. This is, I feel so bad here, okay? Because this is painful. You know, this is painful. We feel rejected. We offer this person a cup of love that we believe is true. Okay, but the love that we're offering you guys isn't unconditional love here. Okay, and I know you feel this way because this is the only way you've ever known to love. Okay, there's offering a cup just cause, and seeing a person with their wounds and just allowing them to be. That's the true nature of the heart. The heart doesn't seek or want anything. It doesn't get angry or upset. It doesn't feel rejection. The heart does not. Okay, our feelings come through this way when the thought is impure. So I feel this person's rejecting you, okay, and has rejected you. And every time they act out or do something, they're in this rejecting mode. So we see umbrella. Divine protection. You are heavily protected always by the divine. Okay. And this person rejecting you is the protection. It has to be this way. This is the lesson that you're going through karmically again. Okay. Now, the universe isn't giving us lessons to hurt us. It's giving us experiences so we can ascend, so we can tap into a heart space that's been closed, generational stuff that's been triggering, core wounds. I'm not worthy enough, so I'll continue to engage in relationships from this limited sort of love, from this special kind of love that most people experience. You know, like this person can give me a house, this person can make me feel good, this person can do all these things for me. And so it's, what can they do for me? What can I attain from this person? Okay, now you might believe that what you want is something that's just or something that makes sense, but to who? Social constructs, social beliefs. You know, I need all these things, or I want this person to be in a certain way. That's not love. Love has no conditions. Love is just open to give and open to receive without any limitations. Okay, so we got to take it back here. 3 Pentacles. Yeah, you want to work with this person and build something. Okay, and Spirit is showing you guys can work together and create something together. But I feel like with this brick wall, there's a block, you know, and that's the block. That's the core wound. That's what's getting in the way, and it feels like rejection. So let's take a look at what we have. The Lovers. Again, well, not again, but we had 6 pull through with the card layout. Like I said, Lovers. So Gemini energy pulling through. This is a destined partnership. We're needing to go down a meeting. Again, like I say, we don't need to do anything. You can do what you want. This reading is solely for those of you guys who feel stuck in something and know that there's some sort of spiritual thing going on here that is destined. Okay, and the destiny here is to overcome generational karmic things, blocks, okay, and go through the divine path with this person. And both of you guys are on this path, on this journey. Okay, so in order to choose this path, we must take a look at where we're at. Okay, we can't look at where they're at or any of that. Where are we at? Because it's going to mirror back to the other person, this sort of stage. Like I mentioned, whatever you give, okay, energetically to this person is going to dictate how this person reacts and responds. And right now I feel there's a lot of rejection on both sides. Okay, on both sides. And you might say, well, I'm open to this person. No, you're not. Open love to this person would be unconditional. That's open. That would be seeing this person's core wounds rather than being offended and taking it and making it about self. I'm rejected by this person's action. Well, that's a core wound. Don't make it about you. Okay? So, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you want to work together, and this person seems like they're not putting in the effort. You know? Like this is doing the work. Okay, this is the work card, but it would be the daily dedication, commitment to this transformation of self. So the butterfly is talking about the transformation. Butterfly is talking about the liberation. Both you guys are going to be free of this sort of cyclical thing. Okay, both of you guys. This is why this is happening. No doubt in my mind. But it's going to take a lot of transformation on the inside in order for things to shift. And this means complete dedication and commitment, staying to task on this transformation. But we can only change yourself. We can only work on self. We can't change someone else. That is the destined lesson here. And neither of you guys are really working on self consistently, effortless, or with effort, okay, in order to make this change for you guys to come together. And you guys are perpetuating some sort of blockage here based on the I'm not worthy of love. However, it's rooted in your subconscious. It's a little different in yours than it is in theirs, but beneath it all, it's the same wound. It's the same wound. I'm not whole and complete, so I'm not worthy of love. My heart isn't whole and complete without XYZ, so we think we're unworthy of love. This person, I experienced this, so I'm unworthy of beautiful love that this queen wants to give to me. So I'm going to reject this queen. I'm going to make this queen feel bad for whatever reason. Okay, so both are rejecting. 3 of Swords. Yeah, the heart needs to be healed, you guys. It's in reverse. Okay, so we have deep core wounds here with the 3 of Swords. This is what the block here is. Because of the heart pain that we've been carrying around, we need to nurture. We need to take these 3 swords out of our heart. And it's really about our own heart, our own core wound, not how do I remove any sort of swords out of this person's heart. It's what swords are in my heart that I need to remove. Because when you remove the swords out of your heart, they do theirs. I think both you guys are still carrying these swords in your heart. Okay, this is why we're still feeling rejection. So we need to look The moon, we're not seeing clearly. And this is the subconscious again. Okay, the moon coming through. So emotions, subconscious, feminine energy. You know, this person needs to be able to receive your love from a place that allows and doesn't block. Okay, and in order to do that, they need to go deep within subconscious to see where the pain stems from. And you as well are not seeing clearly because your mind is telling you, as long as this person is unavailable to me or treating me in this way, it's something that I need to do different or be different, or I need to attain them. This is all illusion. Okay, illusion of the moonlight. We're not seeing clearly that we're whole and complete. So we need to sit with this wounding in order to see this, because we're not seeing our own wound. Okay, so I feel you feel very separate from this person here. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, exactly what we talked about. The karmic cycle. Okay, so we're going through cycles with this person. This is a destined connection taking you on this path. Okay, and I feel like it will progress and get better, okay, over time, because the universe is pushing us through this connection in a way that sometimes it feels like shit, but then we see a little bit more. You know, we see a little bit more, and then we experience something more with this person, and so on and so forth. We're building this foundation. But I feel like this wheel could spin a lot smoother here if we allow the divine to take the wheel, which it wants to, and say, I'm surrendering and trusting the flow of the universe, that I don't need to do, seek, chase, force, convince. I am perfect and whole. God, take the wheel. Okay? God's work here, not my work, God's work here, because this is how we're going to allow things to flow. This is how the universe is going to take control. This is all about divine timing. And look, now is a lucky time. So for those of you guys who've been on this rigmarole for a while, which I feel like has been cyclical, now's the time to do this. Okay, things will start to flow as long as we start to work on this thing that I'm talking about, inner transformation, reflecting self, knowing what type of love we're giving. Is it conditional? Is it fear-based? Is it from a place of filling some sort of void? Because there is no void here. That's an illusion of the mind. Okay, so let's take a look. And we have the sun. Look, you guys, what am I talking about? Beautiful sun, the most positive card in the tarot. Okay, this is joy. This is enlightenment. So you're getting enlightened here by opening the heart, shedding the light on the three swords of yourself. Then you can see clearly. You know, this is all about ascension, walking that spiritual path, being in bliss, being whole and complete, shining the light on the illusion of the mind, seeing yourself with your true heart of who you are, and then finding the joy in this connection. I truly believe this is you guys coming into union, okay, with this. I'm really getting it. And look, we have the feminine and the masculine, and we have the lovers, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Like, this is giving me goosebumps, you guys. Okay, so this is in my more future position. So I feel like things will definitely spin for the better. Things will become very clear. But I feel like there's a lot of downs. There's a lot of rocky things happening here because we're still in illusion. We're still in fear. We're still driven from fear. Our love is from fear. Things in the subconscious. We haven't seen our three swords. We need to look at our own three swords in order to transform. That's the work we need to do that we're not doing. Okay, and we might think we're doing it, but we're not really doing it. So I wish I could give you more information and step by step, which will come with more readings, but you can definitely take a look at the playlist for healing self. What do we need to do to heal self? You know, what do we need to do then to know we're worthy and have a worthy heart of love? You know, we have to give love. If love is missing, that means I'm not giving love. If I feel like I'm rejected, that means I'm rejecting myself or rejecting something. So what am I feeling right now is a good indicator of what it is you're sort of needing to do, okay, where your mind is at. Check your thought, qualify your thought, because chances are if you have an unpure thought, it's making you feel a certain way that's not good, rejected. So, beautiful pile one, I think this is it. This is your reading. Things will spin for the good with this person, you know, but it is all about allowing the universe to take the wheel here. And I feel like you're still not quite there, or you might dabble in it depending where you're at in this connection. But a full trust and surrender of the divine allows the divine to take the wheel and allows us to really love from an unconditional place and let go of the wheel, you know, and know we're protected here. And to understand that the rejection we're feeling is really an illusion we're seeing here. We can't be rejected. How are we rejected when we are the universe? We're the universe. Okay, we are an extension of God here. Just like the sun, okay, source, and we're a ray, we're an expression of God. So therefore we are also whole and complete, just like source. Okay, just like source. We're not lacking anything. We are full, and our heart is completely worthy of love because we are enough, just as we are. We don't need to seek anything external. Okay, so beautiful pile one, I love you very much. I'm glad to be back. I'm not sure what reading I will do tomorrow, but if this resonated for you, then I hope you do come back, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys pick the Dream Keepers Tarot. We're looking at person on your mind and where are they at in this connection energetically. Okay, so if you skip the intro, I do intend on communicating where this person's at, but I have a feeling we might get advice to pull through this pile, which happened in pile 1, because my intention to do these readings is not just so we know where someone's at, but in order for us to work better with that situation, that person. How can we sort of change, improve, or do what we need to do to alleviate ourselves from suffering? Because nobody can do that for us. Okay, so that might pull through here. And the energy could be crisscross, meaning this could be your pile, your own energy, where you're at, and so your person could be in another pile. Okay, or there could be a mixture of energies in here, and you'll have to determine who is who. I don't know, I just read energy. Okay, so we'll take a look at the oracle cards. I haven't not looked at these, pre-shuffled, and if you want to go straight away to the channeling, you can do so, although this is intended for you to connect with your intuition, develop your intuition, and see if this pile resonates for you. Don't force anything to fit. This should be something that resonates in your connection. Okay, so let's take a look. We have Tapir. Look at that funny face. Okay, it says, a loner. A tapir only meets others of its kind when the time comes to mate. Its long nose and lower lip form a kind of trunk, which is used to catch food or for breathing when it is in water. It loves fruit, which it consumes in large quantities every night. Seeds are expelled in its excrement, allowing plant growth to spread further. Interesting. We have the snowy owl. So it says, hunting both day and night, this bird of prey lives on the Arctic tundra, well equipped against the cold. It can withstand extreme temperatures of up to -50 degrees Celsius, which is -58 Fahrenheit. The male is completely white, while the female is spotted with black. This way she is less visible when nesting with her young in a hole dug in the ground. Okay. So we have this intuitive oracle card. Let's take a look. Anything here that might stand out for you? Looks like some sort of sage or guru. We have a butterfly and some sort of bird. Not sure what sort of bird that is. It says, the Emperor, 22, affirmation, I am worthy of respect because I am respectful of all. Wow, Aries energy pulling through. We might flip that one around. Strong energy already pulling through with this person. So we have the manifester, number 12, or the number 3. So this is giving me magician energy, which is Virgo, Gemini. It says the manifester, monitoring your inner dialogue and using quantum affirmations daily can help you to make real your desired life changes. So we have Mercury. Yes, more magician energy. Okay, so Virgo and Gemini. It's all about the words we use, communication. We have the womb, feminine energy now, and we had masculine with the Emperor. So this is card number 46. Number 10. 10 is about completion, ends of cycles, and transformation. The womb, definitely about birthing something here, feminine energy. We have communication coming through yet again. Wow. So 4 serpent-like hands. Okay, the serpent is like symbolizing healing and wisdom. The eyes could symbolize the intuition. So we have four hands and 4 eyes. This person could certainly wear glasses here, okay, or something about seeing better with the intuition. Okay. I'm seeing something. House cat. House cat. So house cats are a little bit temperamental with their affection. They do like to wander. Okay, and we have 60 with Uranus, Neptune. Now, I do like reading in the book because it gives a very short sort of descriptor here in 3 states of energy with this card. And I haven't memorized all of these. Beautifully put. Okay, so in primitive state, the Uranus-Neptune energy says you are lost in your own grandiose bubble of unreality and self-importance. Totally getting it from these. Yes. Okay, adaptive. You serve the collective with your unique spiritual and extraordinary perspective. The glasses in the eyes. Evolving. You weave a tapestry of meaning and inspiration. Wherever you go, people are blown away by your intuition and your kindness. Not quite there yet, I feel, this person. But that potentially could be where they're headed. Let's see some more. Could be what they're birthing here. Wow. Very strong. 63 or the number 9. This is about fruition, completion, and fulfillment. Okay, it's also the Hermit, about self-reflection, Virgo energy pulling through again, and the Moon. Moon is feminine energy. Cancer and Pisces. So vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Everything for a reason. So here we have Swan, and we see the Swan's reflection. Swan for me is always indicative of a twin flame connection, because that's what the Swans represent. We're seeing 2 reflecting each other here. Okay, some of you guys might be on this journey. This is something that you could use to confirm this is your pile, but you don't have to resonate with that label. It's more of a signpost towards what sort of connection we're talking about, a soul connection in this way, okay? That's mirrored. There's a lot of that going on in pile 1 as well. Karmic relationship, yes, a lot of this in pile 1 as well. So now everything's karmic, because this does have a sort of a connotation that a lot of people might not like, but everything's karmic. Karma with our soulmates, karma with twin flames, karma with people we meet, karma in situations. Okay, so karma is just energy. It has to balance itself out. So it says fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Okie dokie. Let's keep going. So we have acknowledge, 1-1, and take responsibility. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Yes, and we have bully. Light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal, physical abuse. Every time I pull this card, I always have to say, if somebody's bullying you emotionally, physically, however you feel bullied, okay, this is not saying we put up with bullies and it's never right, okay? But what this shows is someone's state of wounding and hurt energy is coming out on the outside, and it manifests in words, it manifests in emotional and physical and all sorts of ways that are reflecting this wound, okay? But it's never justified. This is the type of readings I do here, okay, where we talk about hurt people who are wounded and who might act in certain ways. This pulls through these cards here, okay? And I never justify staying with someone that is in this sort of an energy. But that is the energy that's pulling through here. Okay, so I have angel, light attributes, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Shadow attributes, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Okay, planet, we have the planet of Mercury yet again, you guys. Communication, Mercury, like couldn't get any clearer here. And we see the reflection, kind of like the swans and the twins here. Okay, it says communicate. Gemini pulling through very strong. Analyze and let your mind tell you how to. A lot of you guys are most likely could learn from pile 1. Okay, you might want to go see pile 1. I highly recommend that. Okay, 19. Beautiful heart. Open your wings and fly. Oh my goodness. So 19 and the number 10 again. Completion, ends of cycle, transformation. It's Wheel of Fortune energy, which is about the divine timing. Okay, divine intervention, things turning. Also about the sun, enlightenment. Okay, how do we get enlightened? We ascend. We become the best version of self. We get higher degrees of consciousness, and the only way to do this is through experience and looking at self. So you might want to, like I said, go really tap into pile 1 here, because that was pulling through there a lot. So mature man, older male, mature in age. Okay. Give me a bit to tap into this energy, you guys, and we will get into your reading before we pull the tarot. Okay, pile number 2, I highly recommend you go see pile 1, because it's kind of along the same lines, and even if it's not your connection, the advice in there is the same thing I'm gonna sort of reiterate here. Okay, but it does come through a little different, this connection. Okay, now this messaging, how's your energy and your person's energy? You'll have to crisscross who's who. I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Okay, you're coming through as this angel energy. I feel you've done absolutely nothing wrong here. Okay, and I feel your intention is very pure, because you are somebody who is empathic, loving, and kind. Absolutely, no doubt about it. But there is core wounding that you're needing to resolve in your heart space and heal, in order for you to see the beauty that's within you. Okay, and I don't think you see it and feel it, and therefore we're sort of pulled to this person. Now, this person also has a beauty in their heart. Okay, and I feel you see it, of course, but this person's physical ways of being is not reflecting back to you your beauty, and so this person is needing to do a lot of work on self here. Okay, so sliding scale, like I always say, where they're at really depends on where in this connection you sort of fell on the timeline, because you're all in different places on the timeline. But the energy here is quite strong. For some of you guys, a very strong message coming through. Physically, you've had intimate physical sex with this person, okay? And some of you guys might have even got pregnant, okay? And if that's not the case, you could still become pregnant by this person, and it's a very sort of painful thing here, because I feel like this might complicate things a lot. Okay, it might really screw things up, but this person is definitely arrogant. I feel like this person could be somebody who in age is old enough to know better. Now, how are we old enough to know better? That's sort of a slang, but they're potentially already established in some way. Could have had other relationships, or have been married, or just older in age, older in age. But that doesn't mean that this person has understood a lesson of what they're needing to learn here. Okay, so I feel like this person is said a lot of things potentially and tries to woo you. So they woo you, and you don't know if you can trust them, and there's a lot's being said, and this person might seem like they want to go wander or be free, or just plant their seed upon any other person that comes and goes. Or you might fear this is this person's energy, that they're not committed to you in a way, or respectful to you in some way. And so this person, I feel, is having to take a look at what love really is here. Okay, and why this is sort of happening in this way is because this person is carrying generational wounds, traumas, triggers, ancestral things here. Okay, it could be experiences that they have had here, that this is the only way that they have been able to love, in a physical way. Now, if you haven't had sex with this person, I feel like this person could be somebody who is very full of themselves, this person wants to attract as much energy towards them, but I feel like this person isn't capable of outputting, so they're a taker. They take energy here, and you're a giver. And so what do we have? We have a cyclical thing here with the Wheel of Fortune I was picking up in the card layout, of you giving, them taking. And this will continue to happen over and over and over and over again. So you're healing, they're healing. What are you healing? You're healing that you don't need to give endlessly in order for you to be valued and respected. Okay, now this doesn't mean that you need to just pull your energy from this person and not give to them. No. Okay, because when we see this, we only see two ways. Either I'm with this person giving relentlessly, and the more I give, the more they take, or I turn away and start to go on with myself. But why can't I move on? Because Spirit is showing you a lesson here about how to give in a way here that respects yourself, about how to love unconditionally, because I feel like there is a love here, and I feel like this person loves you as well. Okay, so now we love each other, but we don't know how to do it in a healthy way. So this person only knows how to love you from a way that makes you feel not good. Okay, and so their taking is because they need to feel whole and complete, because there's a hole in their heart. Okay, it's like what you give to me, I'm going to take for myself, and I have an endless sort of need and desire to fulfill myself because I don't feel whole and complete. So whatever it takes that I need to do with you, I need to convince you, talk you into it, or just be always around you because I have a hole here, but I don't see the beauty in myself because deep down I have some sort of fear, so I act arrogant, or I act and put on some sort of show. But really, deep down, there is a hole here because I feel like I can't be loved, and receive love in a way here that allows me to give and receive. Okay, and so this person could be somebody as well who just doesn't want to be tied down here, because they fear that this is controlling them in some way, and so this person needs to be in charge, in control. Okay, but I feel like their idea of what a healthy connection is here and love is very skewed. And so I also feel for a lot of you guys it's pulling through, and some of you guys might have dropped off. There could be an energy here of somebody here who has a very, very difficult time communicating what it is that they're feeling for you. Okay, like very difficult. And so you're having to read between what it is that they're doing and what it is that they mean. Okay, but I feel like they have a very hard time in allowing themselves to express how they feel and receiving like actual love here so that they can give love. And so there's an imbalance and a block here. So this person is learning about this, and the only way this person, again, can see this is based on how you engage with this person. So I feel like you're learning about how to be unconditionally loving without feeling like you have to give, without feeling like you are needing to do anything other than just being self. And when you do this, you might feel rejected and hurt and still have a desire to have some sort of fulfillment because we feel like we have a hole in our heart, or we're not whole and complete. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know that you are whole and complete, and that in order for you to feel this way, we really need to examine why it is we feel this way, why it is that we're giving. Okay, what it is are we're trying to attain. Are we giving from a place of no expectation, or are we expecting to receive something? Okay, and we might think, well, to give is great, and so we put our mind to that sort of idea. How could giving be wrong? I want to give. But when we really scratch the surface of that, we say, when we give, are we giving from a place just to give and not feel any rejection when nothing's given back, from a place of no expectation? Or do we then feel always more of a need to give and kind of drink from a well that runs dry? It feels like it's an endless chase because you'll constantly be giving to a person who cannot give to you. Okay, so you can only give to self. And how you give to self is we need to examine our thoughts, and we need to understand why we're endlessly giving in order for ourselves to feel whole and complete. And so once we see the beauty in self, then this connection will start to turn for the better. So I feel like you are settling, and I don't use that word ever because it's not really what we're doing here, but when we're in a lower vibration of where we belong, we sort of settle in a situation. So we're putting up with a shitty situation here, not that this person's shitty at all. And the reason we're doing this is because we feel undeserving of something more. So I feel like communication sucks nuts here. Okay, we need to communicate a little bit better, and I feel it's on both sides. So I feel like both sides are sort of shitty communicators. Okay, like the truth isn't really being communicated here. And so I feel like there's a need to stand up for self and communicate a truth, which we learn through experience and trusting ourselves to speak up for ourselves, to stand up for ourselves. I don't feel pulling away and rejecting this person is going to help. because what you resist persists. I feel like there's a draw to this person for a reason. Karmically, we're learning how to communicate, stand up for self, and know that we can give without expectation. When we heal something inside of us that feels broken or needs to receive something, I feel like there's something you're going to create with this person that's very beautiful here, okay? Once you guys heal whatever this is here, this person's also going to heal. I feel for some of you guys, you might have a family here with this person, or create a family, or there's some sort of family creation that's going to be happening here, okay? But I feel like it's going to take a lot of having to verbalize honestly how we feel, okay, not avoid. And I feel like we need to see ourselves in order for there to be truths that come out. And I feel like there's a lot of intuition here that pulls through, because I feel both of you guys can see through each other's souls. Okay, like I feel like this person, if they are arrogant or acting out or whatever, I feel you see underneath this somebody who is loving, you know, who is worthy of love. And I feel this person sees through you in a way here that says, well, this person's giving, you know, because they are a kind person, but this person doesn't know that they're beautiful, you know, inside. So they have this endless supply of giving and giving and giving. So this person sees through you and sees the beauty that's in there, and that you are worthy of being loved, and that this person hasn't been doing this for you, okay? And you see in this person that they're worthy of love, and they haven't been doing themselves a service by the different ways I explained, because I feel there's a group of you guys, you know, some who are really some of your person's energy who is really cocky, or, you know, being very much a wooer, or out with other people, or just sort of superficial connections, you know, or just very unexpressive, like they feel very deeply, but they're incapable of expressing how they feel, or they don't want to be tied down, and so they're just wandering here. But there's a mirror reflection going on here, a true love here. So both of you guys are needing to learn about your own responsibility here in this connection, okay? And we're only responsible for ourselves, not another person, okay? And so we might feel like whatever we're doing should have a mirror back to us, and when it doesn't, we start to do more of the same, or we start to get very confused, okay? But we need to look at what maybe we're not seeing and what we're not doing. And so I feel there's a block in what we're not saying. I feel like we're not really being honest with self when it comes to acknowledging what it is we're putting up with, and what it is that we're giving, and why it is that we're giving, okay? And to work on giving from a place of not expecting anything. So yes, it's great to give, but the heart has no expectation. That is how we give unconditional love. There is no condition on love. It doesn't matter if this person's arrogant. It doesn't matter what this person is sort of doing here, okay, to love them. And when I say love, I'm talking about like true unconditional love. I'm not talking about physically being used and abused, okay? I'm talking about being energetically accepting of where someone's at, taking responsibility for our own involvement. How am I overgiving? You know, how am I expecting someone to change? How am I engaged with this person? What is it that I'm telling them? Am I being completely honest and upfront with how I'm feeling and what I want? You know, or is it everything between the lines? Because I feel like there's a lot unsaid between you and this person. And I feel this person could talk, like I said, and maybe say lots, or could love bomb you, or breadcrumb you, or say things and be around a lot. So there's a lot of that type of communication. But when it comes to expressing their truth and emotions, there's a block here. So I feel like this person might have never really experienced being loved for who they are, you know, and so you, with your beautiful empathic heart here, you might feel this, you know, like this person is worthy. And that's because you see the divine being in this person, because everyone is worthy of being loved. And so this is a very good mirror back to you. You know, if someone like this, who I feel is challenging, could have a love back to them because you see it and you agree they're worthy of it, why then are you not worthy of that same type of love? Especially you being a giver, you know, but it has nothing to do with giving. It has to do with the state of energy we're in. And in this energy, we're also doing something here that says, I don't love self. Okay. And your person's doing something that says, I don't love self. And it's just the way it manifests is different. Your way is, I'll try to do something here that makes me more desirable, or so I think makes me more desirable. And this person says, I'm not loving, so I'm going to do things here to sabotage, because what's the point of it? But deep down, We're not seeing our beautiful heart. Okay, that we are all divine beings here, and we're all worthy of love, and it's not based on what we give, and it's not based on, you know, how we sort of, I don't know, try to take control or command of situations, make people like us, you know, or appear a certain way. I need to appear a certain way so that I'm loved. I can't be seen for who I am. That's with this person. I cannot be seen for who I am, you know? So there is something here to be manifested between you and this person to give birth to, okay? But I feel like the communication here needs to shift greatly. And it is, what are we, because communication is definitely words, but also like what energetic communication is going on right now? Because I feel like we're seeing each other's soul, but what we're energetically putting out is one thing. So I feel this person is putting maybe a contradictory energy out, and you feel this, you know, I'm going to be all these things that I feel I have to be, like under my own control, you know, like under my own control here. But meanwhile, it's like, no, you just know that it's a sabotage here, that deep down there is love, but this person is not communicating this, you know, or expressing this type of stuff. So there's a lot of masculine energy here. And this doesn't have to mean a male, born male. Okay, and a masculine energy is one that is externally sort of trying to control, trying to do with output. Okay, and so I'm getting this as well, like with your energy, although, you know, you are coming through as the divine feminine on this journey, but I feel like there's a masculine energy here that is trying to do something in order to be loved, and there is no need to do anything. So we need to check our masculine energy, okay? And yeah, we need to take a look at that. Okay, so let's just pull some tarot here and dive in a little deeper. Spirit, for pile 2, what is it that pile 2 needs to know about where this person is at energetically, and anything else you want to communicate in regards to this connection right here, right now? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. And thank you so much for this beautiful message for pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy of you and your person. I'm so blessed to be here. So we have 4 swords, and we have Ace of Wands, and we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Spirit, why is 4 swords here, please? Why is the 4 of swords here? We have 10 swords, and we have the Fool in reverse, Aquarius energy. Why is this Ace of Wands here, Spirit? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and finally 8 of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the 10 Pentacles in reverse. And we also have the Fates, which is Wheel of Fortune, coming out at the bottom of the deck. Under that, we have 8 cups. Okay, so another layer here. I hope some of you guys did not leave, because there's a lot of different sort of things pulling through here. And it's not going to resonate for every connection, but the flavoring is still kind of in this sort of genre, if you will. I feel like for some of you guys, this person is sort of established maybe with already a family or a thing. You know, it could be their work thing or the family thing or like something they've built. Okay, but they're stuck there. They're not wanting to move away from that thing because it gives them a sense of who they are. You know, like, I've built this. It reflects back to me that I can control. You know, I can control my being. It gives me a sense of purpose and all this stuff. So it's hard for me to let go of that, even though deep down there's a love and there's a need for me to release material world in order for me to follow and pursue this connection. So it's difficult for this person to do this. Okay. Now, it could be that if it's not a family or their work, it's like this way of being has been something that they've developed because this protects this person. So it's this world that they've built with this type of an energy that provides them protection. And so they're very stuck here in this connection, not moving forward. So I feel like there is something very physical here with the Ace of Wands and what is feeling sexual here for a lot of you guys again. So there might be, you know, you feeling very used physically by this person is pulling through for some of you guys, okay? Or that this person only wants you for physical action, okay, which isn't true. I feel you know this, but you might be thinking, well, proof's in the pudding, or this is all I've experienced. And so, although true, there's something going on here that's very faded, and we know this, okay? And I'm not reading this for just any type of connection where someone wants to be physical and be done. If that's the case, this isn't your reading. I'm talking about a karmic situation that's faded, that we feel stuck, that we could see each other's souls here, and we know that there's wounding that needs healing. That's generational. There's experiences here that have been very difficult. It needs to be healed. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's a period of pause right now. You're not with this person. Something's ended, but you guys are reflecting, and you guys are reflecting on what has happened here. That something was physical. If you haven't had physical sex, then it is very physical. Nothing's happened yet, but it's pulling us very strongly. And so we're needing to heal this thing. Okay, but I feel like we're apart for a reason, in order to take a look at what has happened here. Okay, so I feel like we couldn't start because this person isn't willing to take a chance, you know, because they have control right now. And if they allow themselves to be open and vulnerable, then they're exposed and they feel out of their element. So they're not just going to come in sort of, you know, to risk and drop whatever that they have as their protective means. Okay. And also I feel like there is baggage here with you guys. Okay. There's baggage here. There's a history here. So things are stuck. We're needing to do the work. Some of you guys could have met in a workplace here. Okay. But that's not really, that's strong for a lot of you guys. But I do feel like this is really indicating the work we need to do is going to dictate whether we create the stability. And I feel you want some sort of commitment. You want to build some sort of stability. And you feel like you cannot in this state with this person because they've been stuck for a long time. And yes, they are. And why are they stuck? Because there's something in your energy we're needing to see. That's the answer. Okay, that's the karmic thing we're having to look at. So I feel like you either walked away, you're thinking of walking away, or there's been an ending here, or this person has, you know, wandered off like this cat. And so we're not sure, you know, we're not sure here. And so we're still sort of focused on maybe how this person shows up. And so we see them stuck, we see them hanging on to their old way, we see them maybe being in a certain way that we don't like. Okay, and we might have taken a little pause here, but what are we doing in our pause? Are we really taking a look at our own energy? Are we really allowing our energy to be open and flow, to be able to see this person for how they are and accept them for how they are and not need anything? We have no expectation of anything here. Okay, because I feel like that's not the case. That I feel like you're wanting something here, you know, and this person has not pursued this yet, or has not moved forward yet. And so it's creating tension. It's maybe creating us to feel like, I don't know, like we're just not good enough. So the more we stick in the situation, we feel kind of like we're digging through scraps, or like I said, settling, or like with this open your wings and fly. Spirit wants you to fly. Okay, and flying is embracing who you are, that you're whole and complete, that you're loving despite what this person does and doesn't do, that you can give to yourself in a way here that allows you to see your own beauty, regardless where this person's at, because this is what's going to allow things to turn, which things will turn in this connection. I feel a lot of you guys need to go see pile 1 in order to understand a little bit more of the work that needs to be done, because it's the same type of advice, same type of work, same type of outcome here, that we can have a beautiful faded thing once we release all the karmic triggers and stuff that makes us feel however we feel, because we are mirroring back to this person some unhealthy way that we connect to relationship. And so this person also connects to us in an unhealthy way in relationship, perpetuating the stuckness, okay, perpetuating the whatever it is we're experiencing here that we don't like. And so I feel like maybe this is a time of separation, and this is much needed in order for us to reflect, and in order for us to understand this a little bit better. But it might be an on again, off again thing. You know, this person might come around wanting to talk, and then you're like, okay, maybe they've healed. Maybe it's this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, what have you done? You know, have you healed what it was that you were needing to heal, or were you getting empowered, saying, I'm going to push this person away, or I'm going to just not engage with them. I'm going to show them that I'm worthy of this, that, and the other. Well, they're worthy of something too. Both you guys are worthy. How do you engage with this person and know your own self-worth here? Okay, this is what the karmic thing is here. Because what you resist persists. This person will continuously be pulling your energy until we heal whatever we need to heal here. Okay? So I feel like this is what you're learning to heal. Pile number 2, 8 swords. Yeah, we're limited by our own thought. Okay, so you have thoughts right now that's perpetuating this stuckness in this connection. And the limiting thought is anything that your mind is telling you that you think is true. It's not, most likely, especially if the feeling that you get is hurting feelings, rejection, sadness, separation, lack, anxiety, jealousy. Any of those feelings are not true. That means 8 swords. Okay, they're stuck. So therefore I can't, or this won't happen, or whatever. Okay, so we don't do that. Okay, if you're doing that, you stay 8 swords, and this is why the energy's stuck. So what we do is we see the thought, we allow the thought, we don't resist the thought, we shake hands with the thought, we know the thought is there, but we see right through it, and we know that's an illusion of my mind. I am not incomplete. I am not rejected by this person. How could they reject me when we're both open consciousness here? We're both divine beings of God. We're already connected. Okay, so this is being very aware of the thought and the emotion that we assign to that thought, because your emotion right now is dictating the drive of the energy. I feel sad, a very heavy sadness. Now energetically, that's creating some sort of recipe for whatever output is happening here. Okay, and spiritually saying, open your wings and fly. So really how we get empowered is doing the work on the mind. Hey, thought, you're here again. You're telling me I'm rejected. No, I'm not. This person is wounded. They're hurt. I see this. Regardless what they say and do, it has no reflection on me. It's not limiting me. I could still be loving to this person. I could still see who they are. I could still see that they want control and that they're being a jerk or that they're saying and doing. I could see that, and I see it's coming from a hurt place. But I could be even more loving to myself. And I could say, yes, person, you're being however you're being, but this doesn't dictate any limitation on me. I could still be beautiful. I could still feel love. I could still allow myself to be open in energy here. You know, this is the type of work I'm going to do. But as long as I keep feeling rejection and contracting energies, sadness, separation, then I know I'm in a limitation that I've created, which is an illusion. And so Spirit wants you to shine the light on your limitation. And likewise, this is being mirrored back to this person. They're limited. Oh, God forbid if I tell pile number 2 how I feel in the truth of my emotions, now I'm out of control. Or I got to let go of the stability I have in my world here. You know, and so they're in 8 swords. They think it's going to limit them. No, it's trusting in the divine, opening our heart space, allowing ourself to be flowing in love. Okay, so your emotions are true. Okay, so I feel what you feel is true, but I feel like the feelings are always an indicator of where your mind is at. And so if your mind is on an untrue thought, lack, separation, and that's what you're thinking, then your feeling is being pulled from an unpure thought. So we need to correct and work on our thoughts. Okay, so we need to catch those untrue thoughts and qualify those thoughts every time. This person's behaving this way, nothing to do with me. Is it making me feel rejected right now? Yes, because I feel like I need something from this person to do or say in order for me to feel whole and complete. That's an untrue thought. I'm already whole and complete. I'm already deserving of love. I was born with God's energy. I don't need anything else here. Okay? That is a condition on my love. And you don't have conditions on love because love is unconditional. So I'm going to get some water because my throat is starting to tighten. Communication. Sorry, I know I'm chewing on ice. I needed it. I'm sorry. That's loud. All right, communication is a big challenge here. It's come up like, where else? In here. Okay? And just in the energy overall. So, lots of attraction, lots of gaps in communication. I feel we feel, like we're disappointed, you know, but we might put a lot of stress on ourselves. I feel like you, beautiful angel, are putting a lot of weight on how this person engages with you. I'm going to drink some water because my throat is really getting tight, okay? I'm going to pause 1 sec. All right. Yeah, how you talk to yourself is really pulling through too. So communication in all ways. What's not being said, how you guys sort of express self in a way of non-expressing, but seeing each other's souls, how you guys talk to yourself. I think both of you guys are mirroring that. The dialogue you guys have with self is coming from an 8 swords, both of you guys. Okay, so there is no limitation. Okay, I feel like you're creating a limitation here. And so what dialogue are you having with yourself? Because there's something here you're needing to see and you're not seeing it. Okay, so we might be really fixated on what it is we see, what it is we are already experiencing, what it is that we've already experienced, and bringing it into this. And this has nothing to do with any of that. This only has to do with shining the light of awareness on why is it that I'm doing and saying what I'm doing right now? Is it coming from a place of unconditional love? And do I already know that I'm whole and complete without this person doing or saying or being anything else? Amen. That's it. Okay. And then once we genuinely feel this way, we know we've done the work. This could take time. Okay. Over a period of time. It's going to take some time, unless we can, of course, believe what I'm saying right off the hop and know that the mind is an illusion. The 8 swords is an illusion. Okay. But sometimes it takes some work. You know, it takes repeat qualifying of the thought. There comes my 8 swords again. There comes my 8 swords again. There comes my 8 swords again. And we keep asking ourselves, why am I 8 swords right now? Because I have an untrue thought that's making me feel unworthy, making me feel like I need to be seen by this person or be different in order to move things along or whatever, what have you. Okay. And so when we're apart, when things didn't work, when I have to keep leaving them, it's like, I don't feel good about this. No, you don't feel good about this. And so we repeat cycles because you're running away from doing the work. Okay, don't run away from doing the work here. You might think, well, if they don't respect me and they chose their way and they're stuck and this and that, I have no choice. I walk away. It's like, well, you could do that, but you're going to find yourself pulled back to this person's shenanigans because there is a way to do the work. And that's to identify your 8 swords. Okay, your limitation, those thoughts that keep coming to you. And so when we are apart, we could do a lot of reflecting. This person might need time apart because they're cat energy. Okay, they need to detach. Sure. Let them detach. Don't take it personal. Okay, why are we taking it personal? We're taking it personal because there's something within us that is 8 swords. Okay, our emotions are really driving that feeling. And so we feel it is real because our emotions are real, and they are. But the emotions, again, are just tied to that thought. So we need to correct the thought here. So the only thing we should be feeling is whole, complete, love, open, expansion, giving from a place of no conditions. When we know we're there, we know we've done the work, and this person will eventually iron themselves out here because it's fated for them to experience this sort of energy from you. Okay, I think that's the answer. Now look at this. We have the keyhole. Okay, and the key is always talking about the solution, the answer, to open the door to another phase. I don't think you've experienced this phase with this person. It's been stuck. Okay, and so in order to experience this, I feel you have the key. And that is the solution in order to allow things to move forward here. Okay, that's the, like the Ace of Wands is like igniting a match. Okay, that's going to inspire movement again in this connection. But we need to come to that on our own. Okay, so if you are apart, focus on the 8 swords you have there. Every thought, don't resist the thought. Let the thought come. If the thought says, I miss this person, okay, great. Thought, why do you feel this person is going to make you feel whole and complete? Because you are whole and complete, and you know that's an illusion. And we keep qualifying that thought. We keep qualifying that thought. We don't keep feeding into the thought, that negative thought of, I am, lacking something right now. And so we feel sad and heavy. The energy drags us down. It's not allowing movement, flow of energy. Okay, so yeah, I feel some of you guys are off with this person. Some of you guys might still be on, but it doesn't matter if you're off or on because the communication here sucks nuts, like I said. So there needs to be open communication, open energy of flow, give and receive, communication with self, with person, open, clearly, and honestly, okay? And you can only control self. You can't control what this person does. But no, what you do, this person is energetically going to mirror back to you, because this is one lesson of what we're releasing karmically, wounding that we're releasing, triggers, traumas, that sort of thing, okay? So yeah, we can't come in this with baggage. And if this person's hurt you, we need to really sit and take a look at that, because if we come back with baggage and expectations and hurts. We're repeating cycles again. So why? You know, why are we coming in with baggage and hurts? Okay, we have to look at that. So this is your reading, pile number 2. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. Except I don't know. You guys let me know. I was going to do a reading about, you know, guidance and advice in this connection for the next reading, but advice, guidance seems to be pulling through these piles. So I don't know if I should do another, you know, another reading like this, because I was intending on doing 4 piles, but it was just too much. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow's reading will be. But yeah, if you have any sort of desire to know more or something else, then please put that in the comments. And where this person's at, I feel this person is stuck and blocked, you know, and their healing is really going to be mirrored based on your action. And so they're not putting energy right now into this connection, and they're hanging on to their world that they know, you know, because it provides them with a sense of security and stability and control. And so you're hurt, you know, you think this person is maybe arrogant or a bully or doing something here, and you're allowed to think that, but those thoughts are one of construct and ego. Okay, because underneath that you see a beautiful soul, and so are you. You know, what we do on the outside there has to be something we need to shine the light on in order for the beautiful soul to be seen. But when we're in sleep mode, we're unaware, we're in programming. This person's in programming, acting out of a place of subconscious fears and just reacting. Okay, and you're reacting too. So we got to see, why are we reacting? We need to be more responsive, based on truths, not on limitations and egos. Okay, so I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful angels. Pile number 3. You guys picked the Light Seers Tarot. Absolutely can't wait to get into your reading. I'm so glad to be back. Let's take a look. I'll pull the tarot shortly, but we're going to tap into the oracle cards first, and we're looking at the person on your mind and where is this person at in this connection. Okay, so what's been pulling through for 1 and 2 has also been advice. Okay, and so the advice is, how do we deal with this person? Then what should we be doing or engaging, or in order to alleviate us from suffering? Okay, so my readings obviously are always intended to provide healing first and foremost, and just understanding where this person's at is helpful, but knowing what we kind of need to do. No, you don't need to do anything, but what Spirit intends on delivering for this message does help if we are in a period of suffering. Okay, so I did want to do 4 piles, but it turns out that these are very long readings. So you guys let me know what you want to see for tomorrow's reading. I was going to do advice, you know, on your current situation with a said person, but if it pulls through here, then I don't think I'll be doing that type of reading. So like all my other readings, this might be your energy. If I tap into you, your person could be in another pile. Okay, and sometimes 2 energies pulls through. You'll have to determine who is who. I'm just reading energy. Give me a sec. I'm just reading energy of these cards. Okay, so pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. And if you want to get straight away to your reading, you can click on the timestamp and we can get into the channeling. Keep in mind, this part is intended for you guys to develop your intuition. Okay, so if you want to develop your intuition, you might want to sit throughout this card layout. New love, new person, unknown person. Wow, look at the purple gem. Purple is all about the crown chakra, and I feel is very, very spiritual here. You guys, I'm going to get some more water just because I could feel my throat tightening. Just 1 sec. All right. Hooded seal. So, this large carnivorous mammal from the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans travels great distances in search of food and meets with its kind on the ice to reproduce. At the age of 4, a black bulb forms on its head to intimidate rivals during courtship displays. The male inflates this reddish hood, which can reach the size of a football. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this lighting sucks, you guys, because I adjusted it and you guys might see a lot of reflection here. I hope not. But interesting. Okay. So this intuitive oracle card, we have what looks like a maiden playing a guitar and a cupid. Some flowers in a field. This is the card of the storyteller. Number 3, affirmation. I have the right to speak because I listen when others speak. Wow. So 3 is about growth, relationships, initial success. Huh. Okay. The storyteller. Let's put that here. We might have to flip it around when we do the reading. So we have number 21 with the inventor. See a palace here and a ship. Ship's all about travel and movement. Big sun in the background. Masculine energy. Okay, the inventor. 21, which is also the number 3. So 3, like I said, growth, relationships, initial success. But 3 is also Empress, which is unconditional love, divine feminine. We have masculine energy. Now we're having feminine, Taurus energy. 3 is also Hangman, which is a change of perspective. And also the World, which is potentially a cycle closing out here. This is a good time to amplify your focus and to clear and purify space in your world and in your mind to make way for something new. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm getting goosebumps already with this reading. Okay, the Golden Rose, number 58. Yes, 58 is 13, if my math is right. Yes, and that's transformation, Scorpio energy. So transformation could be the end of a cycle, which we're getting the end of, and in order to have a beginning, we need to have an end here with more world energy and birthing of something new. Golden Rose, okay. And we have I was going to say the underworld, which is more Scorpio energy. So Scorpio's pulling through very strong. The threshold. So number 45. 45 could be a significant number. So it could be an age here I'm picking up, okay, for some of you guys. Yeah, and we have the number 9. So 9 is fruition, completion, fulfillment. It's also the Hermit, which is about introspection. So Virgo energy pulling through, and the Moon. Okay. Threshold. And so we have trust. Wow. We have Pigeon. So pigeons know how to find their way back home. Wow. We have Mars and Chiron. So let's read from the book. It's very quick. 3 states with this energy to see what we're picking up. Let's say 10. This is number 40. 40 could be a significant number as well. 4 is all about stability, structure, foundations, and planning. So it says primitive. You identify with physical woundedness and vulnerability to such an extent that you use them as excuses to not participate in life. Adaptive. From your own deep understanding of what it's like to suffer physical and emotional pain, you set an example for others by doing what you set out to do despite the obstacles. Evolving. As the wounded athlete, soldier, or artist, you demonstrate exemplary perseverance in the face of your wounds. Others are in awe of your emotional and physical courage. Wow. Energy's pulling through here quite strong. Okay, Saturn and Pluto. Now, I got to read that one as well. That one's a little more challenging here. 54. 54. Primitive. You are the Darth Vader to all the Luke Skywalkers in your life. Adaptive. You are commanding in your grounded and secure character. You are the backbone of the community's well-being. Evolving. You have become a leader of integrity, fearlessness, and reliable empathy. Others learn from you how to stand in love and truth. My. Okay. Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Number 8. 8 is an auspicious number. Beautiful. 8 is strength in the tarot. Okay, all about facing our fears and riding in grace. 8 is about movement, change, and attainment. It's also the star energy in the tarot. So we have Leo and Aquarius. Feeling an energy, of like We don't know what the future holds, is what we're getting from that. Okay, bat. Yeah, we don't see what the future holds. So air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have girl with snake, empath, and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Snake's all about healing. So we have 5-5 with a breakthrough. Processing karmic debris. Okay, let's put that there. And we have Fool, light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Okay, Aquarius energy. And we have Networker, light attributes, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Shadow attributes, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Sign of Aries. Okay, so I'm getting Emperor energy from this. Your willpower, what you think you know about, do it your own way, and okay. Yeah, so Aries is pulling through here like solar plexus energy, kind of like a doership energy here. So I have 24, hungry heart, awaken the true song of your heart. Wow. Number 6 is lovers, Gemini energy pulling through with 24. Hungry heart, awaken the true song of your heart. Wow. And then we have 15, healing heart, face your shadow and grow. 15 is the devil and the tarot, Capricorn energy. Okay, let me sit here with this one. I wasn't expecting to see something like this. This might be very new energy to this channel. So give me a minute, okay? You can click on the timestamp if you want to go straight away to the channeling. I am being called to read the Golden Rose. I got to read this one so we can get a better idea of this whole channeling, because this is an interesting one. I gotta admit. So, the secret, the altar, the gem. Look, you guys, there's a gem right here. Wow. Oh my goodness. The rose has long been used as a symbolic image for the summation of alchemy. The outer petals representing the first 7 planets in operations, while the inner petals protect the revelations from unwelcome eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden rose? Alchemy tells us it is a secret, and it is meant to be kept as such. The rose spirals both inward and outward simultaneously. It offers beauty to the onlooker while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemist to reorient their thinking, to devote their work to honoring the secret rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose. It is a model of the self. More will be revealed. Wowzers. Okie dokie. Life is a mystery. Breakthrough. Okay. Wow, this pile. This is most likely your energy, but I do feel a little bit about what's coming in. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to read it. However, it's going to channel out is how I'm reading it. So just crisscross how you see fit. I feel like you are pulling through here as an energy that is come out of something heavy, most likely. Okay, but there were lots of lessons learned. And so I feel like the divine isn't going to give us a whole bunch of information where you're going so much here, okay? And it could be frustrating. And I know I said where your person's at. I think it's where you're at in this journey, okay? Journey of love, journey of self, journey back home to self, enlightenment, ascension. the journey. Okay. And it might have started with a spiritual thing, with a connection with someone. Okay. Which we still don't see whether this connection with this someone is going to shift dramatically or not, because the divine is protecting this very much so. There's something very sacred here that's being very protected. You're on the precipice of this thing just sort of taking off, because I feel like you've just completed some sort of understanding. Okay. And then this understanding is one of truly connecting with a part of yourself that allows yourself to be open in a way that draws energy and people towards you. So I do feel there's an energy here of you connecting with someone new. Okay. Connecting with someone new here. And I feel like this is unexpected for you. And I feel like there's a need to trust in the divine and how this is going to unfold. But I do feel like the energy you're maybe connecting with here might be someone who is learning a lot from you, because I feel like this person is somebody who is still in their solar plexus, which is sort of an attractive energy, because it feels as though it's somebody who is confident, from what we could think is sort of a healthy way when we're in solar plexus energy. People who feel like they can accomplish things if they put their mind to it, people who are driven, people who feel like they might be boastful or like this sort of thing, but this is when these people are still not really connected to a part of themselves that will allow them to see their true beauty does not come from the solar plexus and their doership. It comes from the divine. And this person is learning from you about the divine. Okay. And this is graduating from this solar plexus to this heart-based love. And the heart-based love is connecting back to self, that the divine is in charge, that we cannot, go and chase and seek the things that we need to surrender and accept, that only the divine is in control. We will not see what the truth is here, but we're allowing ourselves to work with the divine. Okay. And so I feel like this person that you're dealing with here is learning a lot from you. Okay. Learning a lot from you. And I feel like there is a bonding through a lot of communication. And I don't know necessarily, like I don't feel here yet or understand yet why this is pulling through. We'll see if the tarot gives some, but I feel like this is much needed in order for there to be movement in your energy, like this sort of a lesson unfolding, like maybe you being able to provide this healing energy of your own experience is something that this person is going to understand and take with them. And also this is an experience you're needing to understand something else on your lesson further about yourself. Okay. Because I feel like there is a breakthrough here, but there's still more part in this journey. And so we never know, we never know what the divine is sort of throwing at us. And so there's a need to still remain sort of trusting of the divine and being courageous to trust the unknown, to follow with the intuition, because I feel like your intuition is on point here. You've been following the divine. I feel like you're tapped in. I feel like there's a lot you still don't know, but I feel like you're on this, journey of self-discovery. Now, we're never fully at a destination. Okay, so if we feel like we're on a destination, because for some of you guys, you're in a different place in this sort of journey. If you feel like you're in a destination, Spirit is saying there is no need to feel this way, because when we are in a state of ascension or in a state of awareness, conscious awareness, we are present and in the moment. We don't feel like we're pursuing a path. Okay, so we need to be very cognizant if we're living in the present moment and tapped into our present self. Then we don't need to be sort of on a linear path. Okay, we don't need to chase anything. We just allow the universe to sort of unfold the way it's unfolding. And I feel like this is where you're at energetically. It's like I'm no longer on a journey or to get to the end result, or that I need to be led somewhere. I'm allowing life's mysteries unfold. I'm allowing the divine to sort of move me along, and that is enough. Okay, because I feel like you guys might have been on some sort of exploration of self and some sort of long period of time, but it's been heavy and difficult potentially, but there was a lot that has been healed through that experience. And so now we're sort of on the other side, if you will. Okay, but I feel like there's more to come, more to unfold, and I feel like this is sort of where the true beauty is. Okay, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, there is a shift here, and there's a shift in new people, new people you're meeting and letting in. Okay, but we can't sort of hang on to the old story or the old self, and it might be difficult to release that and to come experience new energy from the Fool's aspect, which is baggage free, not projecting or instilling anything other than just allowing our true experience of what it was that we connected to on a divine nature shine through our heart. Okay, because I feel like we're allowing it to shine through so that others around us can be drawn to that beautiful divine being that's within you. Okay, because I feel like there's a divine being within you that's now being sort of shining out. And so this light is like a lighthouse, and it brings in a lot of new people. So I feel like there is a new energy coming in here. Some of you guys, it could be multiple people. But I feel like the people that are being drawn to you are people on a higher level of frequency than maybe what you were used to. Okay, now you might still be involved with the lower frequency people. Your person could be rising up to another frequency, because this to me feels like it's a new frequency, a new energy here. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, most likely, if I've read your energy before, your person was most likely not in their solar plexus. Okay, because a lot of times these connections are coming from a lot of triggered places that have very deep rooted wounding. And I feel like the people you're bringing in here aren't necessarily deep rooted wounding, but people who are capable of being worked with, because their energy is at a higher frequency. These people want to learn from you. These people are drawn to you. I feel like these people are seeing in you a way for them to release any sort of limitations that they have and how they're navigating. Because I feel like, and I say these people, I don't know if it's one person or multiple here, okay? Because I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it could be a lot more different people. But I feel like your experience, although you don't have to talk about it so much, is coming through you like a light beam. Your heart is open. And so just like moths to a flame, I feel like these people, this person, this new energy can see your experience here. It could be felt through your wisdom, through your ability to be self here. Okay, but I feel like a lot of you guys, like I said, come through a connection here that's been very challenging. Okay, and you might have had to learn to put boundaries in with your past relationships, or you might have had to put in a boundary with an existing, in order for this existing person to raise their frequency. Okay, raise their frequency to a state here that allows their true heart to sort of come out here. Okay, so I feel like you're leaning into the trust of the divine. You're leaning into allowing your light to pull in who needs to be pulled into you. Okay, but I feel like by you releasing anything that you don't need to hang on to is what allows there to be space for something new. I feel like this is what's happening. Okay, so if you're still involved with old energies, Spirit is encouraging you to make space. Okay, like really make space here for something new to come in, and trust that that is what is going to allow yourself to ascend further, because life is a mystery. And so we might know, on an intuitive level, what we think should happen, but we never really know, because the divine is always in charge. So I feel like this is the case here. I feel like you're centered. Okay, I feel like you've been ascending. I feel like there's a beautiful light, but I feel like there's new things unfolding here that you're not seeing and you're not privy to seeing, because the divine wants to keep things interesting. And when we're in the present moment, we're really observant of what's going on. We're really in reality. We're not living from mind. We're not living from illusion. We're living in the present moment. We see people for who they are because we're present and we can observe and be there with them in awareness. We're not lost in our mind. We're not projecting onto this person or these people. And so now different connections come out, and different sides of people come out when we're in full awareness. Because the most beautiful thing we can do for another is be in full presence, silence, making space for them, to allow them to be. And I feel like this is what you're doing. You're in an energy here, being fully present, creating space, allowing for things to unfold, because things are unfolding. Okay, your person could certainly be shifting into solar plexus energy predominantly, okay, because we're predominantly out of one energy. Sometimes people are predominantly in the root, right? These could be very toxic people, abusing drugs, abusive, difficulty getting stable, you know, or they could be in this in the sacral, okay, which is could be really needing to learn about trust, emotional sort of challenges, emotional beings, potentially blocks, you know, traumatized beings, or they could be in this solar plexus, ambitious, thinking they're doing, you know, they might be disconnected from spirituality. I'm the doer. I create my own future. I attain, but I have drive. Okay, but we're still not in our heart space, and we're still not connected to the divine with the purple here, which is talking about working with the universe, allowing it to guide us, being open, being present, not needing to control anything here. Okay, so I feel like you're a lighthouse here for someone who's been in the dark or who is in the dark. And I feel like this energy is beautiful, because I feel like it's not as heavy for you to carry. And I feel like this allows you to have a breakthrough in your energy, and it pulls you out of whatever sort of empath narcissistic sort of situation. Now that's a label, so I don't generally use those two, but that would be you trying to deal with a lower frequency sort of energy that's been very taxing and heavy. Okay, so that's going away, and I feel like there's a lot of healing here. And so I feel like there is always shadows we need to be aware of. And so I feel like we're always present. Then we can take a look at our own shadow. How is my shadow showing up in this connection with this person? And so different people hold up different mirrors. Okay, so I feel like you are working on your shadow, but I feel like this also allows others to see their own shadow, okay, which is beautiful. So we have the Ace of Cups flying at me. I'm going to leave it in reverse because it felt like it was coming out in reverse. We'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Spirit, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What are they needing to know about where this person is at in this connection? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed. So I would say this pile is your own energy, obviously, if I'm reading it this way, you know. It could be the person you're with, but it feels like predominantly it's telling you like where this is headed. Like it's a mystery. You're opening, you're making space for new people. You're coming out of something heavy. It could be your person is raising in frequency. You might be experiencing a change in your person's energy. Okay, so this is experienced as new love. Okay, new love here, like taking a chance here and experiencing this differently. Okay, because I think you've been in the dark for some time and having to trust your intuition, and it's felt very heavy and blocked here, having to trust. Okay, and for a lot of you guys, maybe that old energy is fallen away in order to make way for the new that's coming in here, but that's a big mystery. Divine doesn't want to reveal all of this, but I feel like you've had a journey coming home to self. Okay, really coming home to self to understand this, so you could be this lighthouse, this beam of light for whoever I'm seeing on this other side. The Devil, Capricorn energy, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Okay, let's keep going. So the Tower in reverse, the 9 Wands, the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the Three Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. And under that, we have Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. Beautiful people. Couple of things, multiple things are pulling through here, okay? So just take whichever one is going to be resonating the most for you. I feel like you've been in the dark, unclear and uncertain, potentially, of where things are going in a connection or in way of your journey of love, okay? Because Ace of Cups is all about love, self-love, emotional healing, and I think things have been challenging for you. I think you've been on a journey of self-love, coming back to self, learning about how to love self. I feel like it's been exhausting, like I mentioned, okay? But I feel like you've gone through the worst of it here, but I feel like nothing's really created just yet in the material world, you know, like at least not to the extent of maybe what you were thinking you'd create or see with tangible eyes, you know, like in the pentacle realm. And so I feel like there's been an energy that was needing to get cleared out, and I feel like that's what you've been doing. So this is all about having a breakthrough, energy flowing again, where things were potentially very stuck. Okay, things were very stuck here, and I feel like you could have been dealing with somebody here who had a lot of toxic sort of things that was blocking your energy from moving forward. Okay, maybe someone who is incapable of committing or working with you. Okay, because this would be somebody who can commit, somebody who's reliable, who's stable, who can be in the pentacle realm with you that you couldn't really move away from or move with. And I feel like there was a lot of love. So you might have been giving, might have been learning about unconditional love of self, how to give, how to work and engage with someone like this, and coming to the conclusion that we can love and still not create something in the pentacle realm, and that has no bearing on our self-worth. And so I feel like this lesson is one that you've been sort of going through, okay? But there is new energy coming through here. This Knight of Wands is talking about excitement, okay? New passions, being liberated, being free. And I feel like learning this allows us the freedom to move forward, to have a breakthrough in our energy, for things to shift where things were stuck, okay? So a lot of you guys could be a raise in frequency, and the person you're dealing with that might have been in devil, held back, stuck, non-committed, unreliable, okay? And this could be us recognizing the devil, recognizing the Three Pentacles in reverse, and saying, I need to make space here and shine my light, and only the divine knows what's coming towards me. If it's a new person, if this person's coming in new energy, all I know is I'm having a breakthrough because my energy is completely different here. I could still be loving. I know my person's in the dark. I'm this beautiful light. Whatever I draw in. I trust that the divine, blind trust that it's going to lead me to where I need to go. As long as I'm in line with my highest self and my ascension, I know I'm going to reflect back to whoever I pull in this beautiful light. And people are going to learn from me. Okay, and I'm going to learn from other people. But I feel like there's a lot we can tell about our experience here. What we just experienced, but I feel like we just need to observe is what I'm really feeling. Like, just observe, you know, like every present moment of what's going on, regardless of who we're dealing with here. Because I feel like for this group, you're not triggered by how someone else reacts, okay? You're just sort of in this present moment. Now, if you're not quite there yet, this is where you're headed, okay? Which will allow there to be new energy flowing, new people flowing, making space for new people, not bringing in the baggage, being completely sort of unencumbered from your past experience that's been very difficult and weighing you down because of other people's unhealthy ways of being and engaging. So let's see if we can get in a little deeper, Spirit. Can we see a little deeper? Pile 3 is wanting to know about this connection they came here about, this energy that's pulled through here. What do they need to know? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. This one's flying at me. Ace of Swords. Pile 3, Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. 8 Swords and 10 Cups. And we have the King of Swords in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have the Sun, Beautiful. Leo energy. Six of Swords in reverse. We feel the wheel. We see the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune came out in all three piles. Okay. Divine guidance. Allowing the universe to take the wheel. Ace of Swords. Three of Wands in reverse. And the Hangman. Pisces. Okay. What's under that? 10 of Wands. Yeah. The burden's being lifted. So a lot of you guys are stuck in a situation with someone specific. We now have a complete different perspective. Our energy's completely shifted. We now have a hallelujah and we see the light. A lot of you guys are already enlightened. Okay, now we don't stay in a constant state of reaching enlightened, or we get enlightened. You know, we have periods of enlightenment. But I feel like this is talking about us being present and shining the light of awareness in truth and clarity. Sets us free. And I feel like this is what you're working towards, and what you're going to, when you're going to start seeing a shift. Okay, because I feel like things have been very stuck here. It's been difficult to move forward, to expand, to move on. Okay, because I feel like someone's been unclear or uncertain here, or not providing any sort of aim or information. Okay, now this person could be the person you came here about, that you were dealing with. You know, they were unclear, they might have been cold, they might have not have told you what they wanted. And so it's like, I can make my own clarity. I feel very happy and whole and complete with myself. And the truth is that I am a perfect divine being of love. And I feel totally abundant here in my own energy. And I give off this light. Like I said, you're a lighthouse here. Like, look at the giving off this light, okay? So you're giving off this light now. And this light goes towards this person, goes towards everyone and everything. And so you're like a magnet. We're attracting new people and new love. And like a magnet, people who might have not have understood what we were about could vibrate at a higher level. If they do so, then they start to see things differently, start to see this connection differently, start to see where they were stuck because of your lighthouse. So you're providing light here to everyone around you, including potentially the person you were dealt with, or if this person falls off because they were uncertain and too cold or too whatever they were, it doesn't matter here. Okay, so the universe is spinning the wheel, saying, I recognize you've been stuck and things weren't progressing. Okay, so now that you know where you might have been limited in your own sort of thought, we're now going to allow you to see that you can attain the 10 of Cups here, okay, by lifting this burden. The burden was the 8 swords, and the 8 swords kept us stuck. The 8 swords we had, you know, like what does this person want to do or say, or what aim do they want to take, or why are they cold, and all that doesn't happen no more. Doesn't matter. That's 8 swords. I'm limited by seeing this person who could only control my happiness or my emotional state. I see this clearly now. And this person has no bearing at all on my own happiness. My truth is that I'm a beautiful, happy being, and my light and my clarity is in me shifting how I see this person in this situation, and see my own sort of agency. I have agency over myself by allowing the universe to take the wheel, because I don't want to be stuck, and all I want to do is trust in the divine to move me forward. Trust wherever the divine's taking me, because I know that I'm worthy of a 10 cups, and I know that the divine wants to pull me towards this 10 cups. Yeah, a new beginning, and it creates and it manifests in the real world here with Pentacles. So you're going to experience a new beginning here, okay? And I feel like the new beginning could certainly be a shift of energy from someone who was not very expressive and maybe not very communicative about what sort of plan maybe, or what they wanted, or somebody who seemed cut off or unreliable, really, okay? If this is where they are getting a shift. But I feel like you're needing to do this light work, okay? And you guys could be light workers for sure, like definitely, but your light is what is shifting the energy here, okay? But I feel like you are comfortable now guiding yourself with your intuition and trusting the divine. So for this group, I do feel one more just to see, Spirit, in regards to who and what pile number 3 is pulling in. Can we get a sneaky peek at this, or is this still a mystery here? Sneaky peek, it could be different. Like I said, for some of you guys, the old energy is vibrating up, but life's a mystery. Is it going to be some new energy? Potentially. You're going to have choices, options, potentially. you know, potentially, because I feel like you are in a very high state of vibration here. You are this beautiful light, okay? But it's not just attracting energies here that are pulling you down, but you are pulling energies up. So Spirit, sneaky peek, final look at this for pile 3, whatever Spirit wants to communicate, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Spirit, what more does pile 3 need to know? Sneaky peek about the person coming in. What more can they know? Thank you so much for allowing me to channel this message for pile 3. So, Hierophant. Oh my goodness, you guys. And the 8 swords. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. So, we have to overcome the 8 swords, our own limitation, in order for us to ascend. You guys are this beautiful lighthouse. Okay, I feel like you guys have ascended to a point right now where you might have shined the light on your own 8 swords. And if you're not there yet, this is the energy you're moving towards. Okay, and so this is all about commitment and what we value. So I feel like the right people are going to come towards you that want to commit to you, that want to add to your how you live your life and what you value. Okay, it's very aligned here. But I feel like we've really had to look at self and look at our own thoughts here. And look, I'm seeing a lot of crows because I feel like there's a lot of people. Okay, crows are symbolizing a lot of different sort of people coming in here, being pulled by your energy. Okay, because you're giving off this beautiful light. Yeah, coming out of the illusion. You've done a lot of subconscious work. We've looked at our emotions. We're no longer in the moonlight. We're now seeing things clearer. Okay, our emotions aren't driving. We're now getting a little more certain about what is real when we're in the present moment and what is the illusion, which is our own thoughts and our own limitations in order to ascend. There's a 7 of Wands and the Emperor in reverse and the Magician in reverse. So we have Aries, Gemini, and Virgo. I was going to say Libra, so I don't know, Libra is pulling through as a thing. And then we have Cancer and Pisces. 6 Wands, the Victory card. The Wheel of Fortune yet again, the Divine, and the 9 Cups. And we have the Temperance in reverse, Sagittarius. So what's under the 8 Swords? 2 of Swords. Okay, let me sit here with this energy because there is, again, multiple messages pulling through. And again, Divine wants to say life is a mystery here. Okay, you never know here. So let's see. Okay, it's the same message pulling through, so I'm confident in how I delivered it, and I don't want to do too much repeating, but I do feel like a lot of you guys were dealing with a reverse Emperor. Someone wasn't showing up, you know, reverse King of Swords, reverse Emperor, so reverse King of Pentacles. Like whoever this was needing to come into some sort of state of divine masculine in their full glory to have success here. Okay, I feel like this person could have been very much an energy you couldn't manifest with. And they could have been somebody who was more self-focused with the Magician in reverse here. Okay, maybe someone very stubborn, whatever. Lots of different energies coming through with the person you were dealing with that is, you could have, you know, classified maybe as a narcissist potentially or whatever. Had wounding, okay, had wounding. I don't classify anyone as a narcissist because we all have narcissist tendencies. But whatever this person was, they're coming through here, as well as your inability to manifest with who you were supposed to because you were pulled into a negative, more negative energy. You've had to fight your way through this. But now look at her energy with the 7 of Wands. She's a guiding light. That's all that keeps coming through. Your light is pulling towards you. She's not doing anything. She's not defending. Although 7 of Wands would be like defending her position and like having to overcome all these obstacles. I feel like these aren't even obstacles. Like you're just this beautiful light sitting here in bliss, Satori, completely at peace, completely knowing your self-worth, completely having experienced something that couldn't manifest, and finding victory through this by allowing the universe to take the wheel, by saying, yes, life is a mystery. I don't know where this is going. I trust blindly that I'm going to have success when I surrender and allow the Wheel of Fortune to take me, which I feel you guys do. And some of you guys are coming to this state because this is a future position in order for me to be happy. Look at her light again. Okay, this beautiful energy keeps coming through with the light. In order for me to be happy emotionally, 9 cups. I found my joy. And look at her. She's like jumping in the air. She's absolutely happy. And look, she's on top of the world here. Okay, like it's all about her. Like she is beautiful, and she has the dice. Okay, dice is taking a risk. I feel like the risk here is trusting the universe. The risk here is coming through as fool energy, leaving behind any of the baggage and trusting that I'm going to move forward here when I make space. And when I make space, I find my happiness and I have victory. Okay, and so who is this person? Some of you guys, the divine masculine was reverse here. Could have a sudden shift and things could definitely change for the better with some commitment. Okay, because I feel like they potentially were fence sitting with this 2 swords and had a lot of limitation and weren't capable of showing up in a balanced way. But whatever was stuck here imbalanced, you're rectifying with your light energy. Okay, like you can only work with an energy here that's you're capable to work with in order to find commitment. But you have to shine your light here. Okay, so I feel like things have been quite imbalanced. And here I always get masculine and feminine energy. So I feel like you've had to balance out your masculine and feminine energies for quite some time here. And so I feel like whoever you're going to deal with here, whether it be this person vibrating higher, they weren't workable, or new people coming in, they're still not ascended. They're still in innate swords because they're living in their solar plexus. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, it is what it is. But solar plexus, and I do this, sorry, I have to show you guys, is an energy coming from this chakra. Okay, so we have the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the, oh, I did this wrong, sorry, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Okay, so when we ascend, which is all beautifully depicted here, our energy flows from whichever chakra, and we're wanting the energy to be more in the higher realms. Okay, and we can have blocks in our chakras only in the bottom 3. It's the only place we house blocks in our energy field. And so when there's blocks here, we can't move energy upwards. Okay, this is why we cannot ascend, and this is why we call it the heart opening. When we start to get out of the solar plexus, we get into heart. Okay, so someone who lives from the solar plexus, like I talked about, somebody who is ambitious but still thinks they have their sort of will, their doer. Okay, and so they might be somebody who works hard, and as we know, when we are enlightened, we don't have to work. God is providing. Okay, and like we provide service, but we do stuff here that allows us to do what we enjoy from a place of love, from trusting the universe. Okay, and I feel like you're in this heart-based consciousness. You're more in this higher realm. Okay, with all this purple here. You've gone through something here. You've opened your heart. You're guiding light. You're living from your heart space. Okay, now sometimes we might fall back into this, but we're tweaking ourselves. We're catching ourselves when we feel blocks. You know, am I trusting, and am I trying to have doership right now, or am I surrendering to the divine? Am I giving from an unconditional love? Right? So we keep qualifying our thoughts, and I feel like you get to this heart place. And so now that we're in this light, you know, now we open up the divine sort of higher energy here that allows us to tap into our third eye and get downloads and tap into our spirituality here, because energy is now flowing. Okay, we released a lot of these blocks. I feel the people you're dealing with here are coming from this solar plexus. So I don't know, your person could have been in the lower chakras coming up, so they've ascended. Okay, this is really talking about ascension. It's your bottom card. And I asked specifically who you're dealing with. Someone who's going to ascend, someone who is ascending. And I feel like they are ascending because your light is allowing this person to come out of whatever state they're in. Now, they could come from here, or they could be ascending from here to here. But all I know is this energy is predominant in your reading. Okay, and this person is working to ascend from wherever they're at. Okay, so if you're drawing someone like this, they're going to most likely come into their heart consciousness. And if you are dealing with this person from the past, I feel like they were blocked in either their root or their sacral, and they're coming into this sort of beautiful energy of the solar plexus. Okay, not as spiritual, potentially, you know, still not trusting the divine, still maybe falling into law of attraction and that sort of thing, which law of attraction is still spiritual, but we know when we go beyond sort of law of attraction that it's not, you know, I'm going to work for that car, I'm going to put out a good juju. We just know that we are in an open state of flow, and that what we wish upon here isn't material goods. What we give, okay, is love, and what we sort of connect to is more divine, because we're ascended. We're not sort of in this more material world here, okay? But I feel like this person is in this material world, but it's coming from a more healed place potentially than the person you were dealing with, okay? Like more ambitious and that sort of a thing. But the big block here, okay, that becomes a challenge is that this person feels like they must control. You know, they must control or do something here. And really the truth is they don't need to. They are loved for who they are. And I think this is what you're showing with this beautiful light. It's like, I am living from this heart consciousness. I am this beautiful light of the divine. I don't have to push or do or give or be anything here. I'm just shining my light of consciousness. I'm present in this moment. I am giving with no conditions or expectations. And I am in this person's presence. And so this person has no room except to ascend, because they're around your energy. And I feel like this is what this person is pulled to, really pulled to you, okay? Because you freed yourself from some sort of illusion here of the mind and done some subconscious work here, okay? So beautiful pile 3. This is your reading. I love it very much for you guys. I wish you guys the very best. Life is a mystery. The divine has the wheel, and I feel it's a new world for you guys, you know, new experience. It's beautiful. It feels very liberating. Like, look how liberated she looks in all of these pictures, you know, and peaceful. Like here she's just peaceful. Here she's like open arms, completely balanced. Here she's jumping for joy, and here she's just feels completely seen in her beautiful light, like beautiful energy. I love it. Okay, so this is what I have, pile number 3, and I hope this helped you guys. I'm not sure what tomorrow's reading is going to be, because it was supposed to be guidance for you. This pile probably doesn't need a whole bunch of guidance. Continue doing what you're doing, but I don't know what tomorrow's reading is going to be, so maybe leave in the comments what you'd like to see. I'm so glad to do your reading. I'm so blessed to be here, and I hope to see you guys again. Okay, bye-bye.